Wow. To those in the corridor of power and to politicians and presidential candidates and their running mates, the tension is high. The tension is high. The question now is who get what. The tenure of the President Mohammed Buhari is rounding up May 29, 2023, and a new government will be ushered in. Now, the question is who is going to take up this high profile job? Who is going to lead our country for the next 4 years? The tension is high. Peter Obi, who happened to be presidential candidate of the Labour Party, was one of those people who were on Sunday, on a presidential town hall meeting which was organized by Channels Television, and questions was raised concerning how they are going to govern if they eventually elect them as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And these questions were, he attended to, he answered questions here. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has described the petrol subsidy regime in Nigeria as a organized crime. And to me, as a person, I see it as so. You can remember during the time of President Olusegun Obasanjo, where the issue of subsidy came up and they were trying to probe the subsidy and all that. You can remember what happened where some Femi Otodola and some other groups came together to where they were indicted, and at the end of the day, a minister was caught on camera collecting bribe millions of about $5 million just to play games concerning this first subsidy. Now, over time, Nigerian government have spent so much on fuel subsidy than any other sector in Nigeria. And this is one of those areas that the well-placed Nigerians and people who are in power and authority are really cashing out on the on Nigerians, are really cashing out on taxpayers' money and revenue generated from the oil. And Obi, when he was asked what he would do, this is what he said. Obi said this on Sunday during a town hall meeting organized by Channels Television. Nigeria spent a total of 6.210 trillion on petrol subsidy, also called under recovering shortfall, between 2013 to 2021. Last year, the federal government announced that it will stop spending on subsidy from June 2023. The Labour Party presidential candidate said if he is elected into office, the payment will stop immediately. That means there will not be anything like subsidy. They will stop everything called subsidy. They have removed it. That is what they've done. But I can assure you, it will go immediately. Subsidy, I have said it before, is organized crime, and I will not allow it to stay a day longer, Obi said. What they are telling you is not what it is. Half of what is being mentioned is not subsidy. First is that we consume the quantity that is not supposed to be consumed here based on our population and the numbers of vehicles and all that. There are statistics, and the numbers of people on the road and what we should be consumed. Based on statistics, we are consuming double of that. He said we are same population as Pakistan, they consume below 50% of what we consume. That is statistics proves. So the first half, I will remove it so we can save the money. You know, Obi is known for saving money, and presently, some political party are using it against him. That he's saving money when his people are suffering in hunger. Instead of him bringing out the money and spending it so that the people can eat well, he's saving it. The Labour Party candidate who fly the country's public debt stock added that the money spent on petrol subsidy should be channeled into social development. Look at this year budget. Education, which is the highest since came, this government came in, is about 2 trillion. Health, which is the highest since this government came, is about 1.5 trillion. Then infrastructures, which is road and everything, is about 1 trillion. He said, these three critical development areas are receiving 4.5 trillion. Subsidy is 3.6 trillion half year. So if it is full year, it is about 7 trillion. This is huge, man. This is huge. 7 trillion for first subsidy is huge. Which country will invest more in subsidy than education and health and even road? It doesn't make sense. Yes, the truth is that this doesn't make sense. Yeah, we the citizens will protest, will shout, will cry that subsidy should not be removed. But at the end of the day, we are the ones suffering the burns. That is just it. How can a country spend 7 trillion naira, a budget for health, education, and infrastructure? It's not even up to it. And half of this money is going to some private individuals' pockets. Like Peter Obi said that this is organized crime, and this is being played out by government officials. There is nothing anybody is going to say about it. This is what is being played out by some government officials. So if we look at this, if we're looking at this, we know where our problems are coming from and how to stop it. But the willpower to stop these things is just the biggest problem. And the truth is, we need a man, a president, who will be able to stand on his feet and say, this has to stop. That is just it. Who will be able to stand on his feet and say, this has to stop. Please, Nigeria, vote this man to rule us. He is the last hope we have. If we make mistake of putting back the old and recycled politicians, Nigerians will suffer the most. Point of correction, he is not our last hope. Well, I'm taking comment here. Former President Obasanjo has told the youth, yeah, but the truth is this, if we must, if we must, if we must move from where we are to where we ought to be, we have to make a right decision by voting the right person. I am not a politician. I do not canvass for anybody. But the truth is that let us go out there and vote wisely. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel and comment. Let me know your thoughts concerning this. Thank you.